This presentation covers the University Funding Board's first portion of RESET, including funding eligibility and where to find important resources for the budget and purchase request process. On this slide are the board's office hour location and contact information. Please note that UFB is currently reviewing its criteria. Any changes made to the criteria after you have viewed this presentation will be sent to all student leaders via Campus Link. In order to be eligible for UFB funding, an organization must have non-restricted membership, be registered with the Student Activities Board, be at least 51% undergraduate, and wait 4 weeks after first being approved by SAB to request funds. The membership makeup is determined by the roster submitted for re-registration and cannot be adjusted throughout the year. Members cannot receive academic credit for participation in the organization, nor can an organization receive funding from the Graduate Student Governance Association. Essentially, our role is to allocate the money we are allotted to student organizations that promote interaction and awareness throughout the student body. Each organization can be allocated up to $5,500 per year, separate from the $300 available in operating funds. Make sure you're planning ahead of time, as UFB requires budgets to be heard at least 14 days prior to the event or conference. This is explained in further detail on the next slide. We highly recommend you visit our office hours to work through your budget with a UFB member. Remember that UFB has a set amount of money to allocate each year that it usually exhausts before the end of the year. Since we allocate on a first-come, first-served basis, it is in your best interest to submit your budget as soon as your event's details are finalized. Finally, UFB operates based on how much an organization has been allocated, not how much they have spent. Thus, even if you do not know your entire allocation for one budget, you cannot use the remaining amount toward another budget. Once it has been allocated, it cannot be redistributed. This visually represents the 14-day deadline I just mentioned. UFB does not make any exceptions to the 14-day deadline, so please ensure that you follow this timeline. We recommend you submit your budget 1 to 2 months before your event to ensure that you have enough time to make any edits or get proper documentation. Budgets must be heard on a Thursday at least 14 days prior to the event. To be heard on a specific Thursday, a budget request must be submitted by 10 a.m. on the prior Wednesday. UFB members check your budget in detail. However, we encourage you to review our criteria for what we require when submitting your documents. UFB will do our best to alert you for any missing documentation. All additional documentation must be submitted by Thursday at 10 a.m. The budget will then be heard at that Thursday's 6 p.m. meeting. Just as a note, since the UFB criteria changes from year to year, all deadlines are subject to change and will be updated in the UFB Funding Facts document. Just as a quick review for how this timeline works, for you to be heard at a meeting, you will need to submit a budget request as per the previously mentioned deadlines. If your budget has been approved, then you will need to make purchase requests for your budget. If you're trying to use operating funds, this is a separate process from the budget submission process, where you would submit purchase requests independent from the budget. All budget and purchase requests are done on Campus Link, and the following videos will be able to give you more information. Now that you know more information about eligibility and deadlines, I will show you where to find key UFB resources on Campus Link. You are welcome to pause this video and follow along with these instructions on your own device. To find all documentation to help you with the funding process, visit campuslink.uc.edu. Then in the top right, click on the Sign In button. Enter in your UC information to log in to Campus Link. Now, in the search bar, type in the University Funding Board and select University Funding Board on the drop-down menu. Now, once you're on the main page, scroll down to where the documents are located. Now that you're in the Documents section, hit the View All Documents button on the top right. Here you will see all the documents that UFB has for your convenience. My screen has a couple additional documentation, but I will point out the ones that are relevant to you. If you click on the Transportation Documents folder, you will find the Travel Authorization and Roster forms, as well as the Vehicle Rental and Prices forms. Going back to the main page, if you click on the UFB Documents folder, you'll get to the Essential Investments Documents folder, which contains the Essential Investments Documents form to request essential investments. Coming back to the main page, if it is necessary for you based on the size of your page, click on the number 2 at the bottom. Here you will find the office hours and the UFB funding facts. The UFB funding facts is a very important document since this contains very specific and necessary rules that are followed for each budget submission. It is crucial that this document is read and understood prior to a budget submission by your organization. This concludes a look at how to find some important UFB resources that are just a few clicks away. In the future, if you forget some of the information that I've just covered, you can find this video at the top of the UFB Campus Link page. In addition to all of these documents, there are submission guides for both a budget and purchase request, which will show screenshots of how to do and submit a budget request and purchase request. Now I will just tell you some procedural information to guide you through this process smoothly. UFB office hours are held to help you. The purpose of these office hours is so you can work with UFB members to ensure that you have everything you need before your budget is heard. Remember, before visiting a UFB office hour, the expectation is that you have watched all the videos on the UFB Campus Link page. In terms of availability, office hours will be held from Monday through Friday, and the schedule can be found under Documents on UFB's Campus Link page. You are also welcome to email UFB with any questions at our email ufb@mail.uc.edu. UFB meetings are held at 6 p.m. on Thursdays in TUC 423, and any location changes will be announced on Campus Link. During this time, we review budgets and we may have questions, so it is recommended that a student member of your organization attends the meeting. On the Friday after the meeting, you will receive an email outlining the decision of the board and next steps. If your budget has been approved, follow the necessary instruction provided in the email and be sure to get your advisor's approval whenever it is needed. To make purchases, submit a purchase request and then set up an appointment with a UFB financial advisor located in 655 Stager for as early as the following Monday. It is your responsibility for following through in a timely manner on making reservations, payments, and other items associated with your event. This concludes the first part of UFB's reset process. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to visit us or email us. Thank you.